Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Better Call Saul. Now that we have time to now kind of sit on this half season of Better Call Saul, and while we wait for the final 6 episodes of the series, let's give our overall review for the entirety of the first half of the final season of Better Call Saul. This is the 6A review. So it's going to be doing another video today. This one's going to be doing another video for Better Call Saul. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our season review and looking back on the season that was Season 6A of Better Call Saul. So we are here to do our full review, give our thoughts, in-depth discussion on what we thought of this half season of Better Call Saul. And man, I will get started with this. This was a spectacular first half of a season. I mean, seriously, one of the best half seasons I've seen of anything in my life. I'm not gonna lie. This was honestly a fantastic half season. We saw so much just go down simply. I mean, seriously. And again, before we get into this, I guess I will also say a spoiler warning on Better Call Saul, the first half of the final season, because we're going to go ahead and spoil a whole bunch in this video. So, okay. In this video, we're going to go over every single episode. We're going to talk about the episodes, what we thought of them. Obviously, then we will delve into some of the characters and all that stuff. And then finally, we'll go over the plot. And, well, we'll give our ratings. So, yeah, let's go over the episodes. So, Season 6, Episode 1, Wine and Roses. Absolutely fantastic premiere. Really enjoy the stuff with, obviously, well, Nacho, who's on the run. Obviously, you've also got Jimmy and Kim in this one, who are kind of setting up, Howard in this one as well. And you've also got some really good stuff with Lalo as well, like the scene at the end where he, kills the guys and stuff like that, and he tells, of course, Mr. Bell, as I like to call him, that he has proof. He has proof, and he's going to get that proof, and we kind of have to find out what it is. So, really exciting premiere. I think it's a really great episode, honestly, and I think it's a great kind of setup episode for the season. Episode 2, this one is Carrot and Stick. I really like this episode as well. This was an incredible episode. We get Jimmy and Kim, who deal with, obviously, the couple from Season 1 that, of course, got caught and went to jail and all that stuff. We see the return of them in this one as well, too. And just see Kim, handle some business. Seriously. And we've also got a really intense shootout with Nacho and the twins in this one, which is just super exciting. Love that. I think that was a really well done scene overall. And Nacho in this one really just kind of made me on edge in terms of, what was going to happen to him. Obviously, we know that he does not survive into the Breaking Bad timeline, so it got really intense there really fast. Then we've got episode 3. This one is A Rock in a Hard Place. Holy shit, probably the best episode of this entire season. This episode, I'll just put it really simply, it was fucked up. Seriously. The entire episode is, well, basically, it's our final episode of Nacho in the series, but not only that, you've got, kind of the chill stuff with Jimmy in this one as, kind of like a side plot, but you're mostly, focused in on Nacho trying to run from the twins, trying to hide. He, covers himself, in oil and, hides like that, and you got Gus and Mike in this one, and in particular, the meeting in the desert, right? Where, you think that Mike has Nacho covered. You think that Mike's got this, and actually, no, Nacho kills himself because he knows that he's basically dead anyway. And he goes out in a ruthless way with some great dialogue towards, just everybody there, Hector and everybody else. It was a crazy episode, and honestly, even to this day, I still can't really recuperate much from the Nacho death. That was just crazy to see, and honestly, probably still the craziest episode of this series, honestly, for me, at least. The most insane, the most just on the edge of my seat I ever was. It was just an insane episode. Episode 4, this one is Hit and Run. I really enjoyed this episode as well, too. This one is kind of a more comedy episode, more of a kind of chill episode. You've got Jimmy, who's kind of framing Howard for some stuff, And you've also got the first ever scene of Jimmy's office in this one, which is also really cool. He gets the office for the first time. You've also got Mike and Kim's first ever interaction, because obviously we think that the guys are kind of following Kim, and we kind of think at first, like, is this, something to do with Lalo or something? But no, it actually is Mike trying to protect Kim in this one, which I really like. And you've also got the discoveration of Gus's kind of like underground, like, setup piece guy. So it's a really well done episode, and I really like a lot of what they did in this one. And I think overall, like, it is a bit of a slower episode, but I think it's still a very, very well done episode overall. Next up is episode 5. This one is titled Black and Blue. I really like this episode as well, too. This is the arena fight between Howard and Jimmy, which, again, kind of a bit of a slower episode once again, but it's really cool to kind of see the two of them interact, especially because what comes up later in the season, it's kind of nice to, get this stuff now. But their fight scene was really exciting to see. I mean, it was comedic, but it was definitely really, fun to see. And you've also got in this episode the return of Lalo at the end, which was really cool. He's kind of making his way back from Germany and stuff like that. And you had the lab. We saw the lab for the first time from Breaking Bad. We see kind of the progression in Saul's office and stuff. And yeah, it's a really exciting episode for sure. We've even focused a little bit on Kim's like kind of, PTSD and kind of putting the door, or putting the, chair against the door and stuff like that, which I wish she would have done that in episode 7. But, well, for plot's sake, no. But in terms of, an actual, real life standpoint, yeah, I wish she would have put that there in episode 7 instead of in episode 5. But, yeah, either way, really cool. So I like that. That was a really good episode. And I think overall, again, it's a bit of a slower one, but I think it's really exciting. Episode 6, Axe and Grind. This episode is the one with Saul. He's kind of, putting his, office a little bit more, together and stuff like that. You've also got the stuff that's going on with Lalo in this one with that one guy in the woods that almost looked like something out of like fucking Ozark or something like that. The style of it was really cool. And I really like what they did with it. Also, I really enjoy kind of some of the, minor, stuff we got, with our characters, like Jimmy, some comedy, stuff like that. It's a really well done episode. Also, Kim and what she's dealing with, and she's, kind of going to go on this case, but she decides at the end of the episode, nope, it ends today, right? So you got that as well, too. So probably my least favorite episode of the season is probably episode 6. But at the same time, still a really, really good episode overall. And then finally, episode 7. This one is called Plan and Execution. Holy shit, this episode. I mean, Howard's being on edge. He looks like a fool in front of everybody in front of the meeting because he knows that Saul's up to something, but Saul's already thinking a million steps ahead of him. You've got him and Kim, like, just listening to this happen, having sex in the background, for God's sake. Meanwhile, you've also got Lalo that's spying on Gus, but he knows that Gus has got a one-up on him, so he then, has to change the plan. And you got Howard that confronts Saul and Jimmy, and then obviously, Kimmy and Jimmy, obviously, they're confronted by Howard. And, well, basically, at the end, you've got Lalo that just straight up friggin' pops him and wants to talk to his lawyers. I mean, that's just what he wants to do. So, my goodness, man. And he's like, shh, shh, shh. Okay, let's talk. I'm like, bitch, what? I mean, what? So, yeah, and that's how the half season ends. So, every single episode is good. Every single episode is good. In terms of my favorites out of these episodes, it would go episodes 2, 3, and 7. Those episodes are absolutely fantastic, and all the other ones as well, too, are really good episodes, honestly. One of the biggest things I can say about this season is that there is not a scene that's filler. There is not a bit of wasted time in this season. And I've really tried to, over the last couple weeks, kind of dissect these episodes a little bit, kind of try to see if I can find anything wrong with these. And honestly, I couldn't tell you. Honestly, this whole season is literally exactly what it needs to be. I mean, it's just that simple. So, I don't know, man. This episode, this whole half season was incredible when it comes to the episodes, but let's talk about some of the best characters from this season, okay? So, some of my favorite characters this season. Jimmy, for sure. Really liked Jimmy. Really liked his stuff with Howard and stuff like that. Gus was fantastic. I really like some of the stuff where he's working at, the chicken place, and he's kind of like having like kind of this, this like feeling of panic, They really focused on his feeling of like being on edge this season. I think Gus was a really fantastic character this season, as well as Mike and Nacho. Obviously, those two were really great as well too in episode 3. I will say Kim was really good for what she had as well too. So those were definitely some of the standouts for me as well too. And finally, we'll go over the last one. Lalo. Lalo was absolutely a standout for me in this one. So finally, the plots of this season, I would definitely say in terms of plots, the Howard plot, amazing, especially where it winds up. Really fun, really entertaining, even funny at times as well too. And in terms of the twins and Nacho, that was also fantastic. Gus, another amazing plot with him. And finally, Lalo's plot was awesome. I mean, it was a slow burn, not going to lie. It was a slow burn at first, but where it goes is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I'm going to do something I don't normally do with a ranking for a season. This is a straight up 10 out of 10 half season. Yes, you've just heard that rating right. I do not have any flaws with this half season. I've tried to find some. I've literally tried just for the sake of this review. I can't find any. Honestly, this half season is literally a perfect 10 out of 10. So let's see where 6B takes us. If we can somehow get this kind of rating again for the final half of the show, that would be fantastic. But at least this first half of the season is landing at a 10 out of 10 on my end. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, make sure to click that subscribe button. You know, don't miss any videos for Better Call Saul. Follow Dan Walk TV, subscribe, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys very soon for another video for Better Call Saul. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.